Yo, everybody, this is a YouTube video. Woo!
Lord Capulet, your wife didn't make it. I'm very sorry. But your daughter survived.
And I'm very sorry to certain people.
Her name shall be Juliet, just like Alberta wanted.
Namely, the people who are watching this video because they don't want to actually read Romeo and Juliet for high school English class. This game has nothing to do with the book or the play or anything, really.
That child, those wretched Capulets, they stole you from me, my sweet Alberta. But I shall make them pay.
Really, the game takes like 3 ideas from the famous play by William Shakespeare. One idea is we've got Romeo and Juliet. They fell in love with each other even though their families don't like each other.
Oh, Juliet, I'm so happy your father has blessed our union.
You see, Romeo? True love conquers all, even a centuries-old feud. Now let's greet our guests, my love.
And then this is not at all in the play. They do not get happily married because their families hate each other. In their engagement party, they don't even have an engagement party. But if they did have an engagement party, it did not get crashed by an evil fire-wielding villain named Gaspar. That's who the villain is, Gaspar. He is trying to get revenge on Juliet's family. He's their arch nemesis from 20 or so years ago. We saw that in the opening scene. When Juliet was born, her mother died, and that's what made Gaspar mad at the Capulets forever.
I'm safe for now, but the ceiling could collapse at any moment. I must go. I don't have much to give you, but I lost my shoe, so this one is useless to me. Perhaps you could use it.
I find that so hilarious. She's like, oh, the shoe is kind of useless to me. Maybe you could have my shoe. Yeah. So this first screen is basically a tutorial to the game. It's teaching you how to play the game, how to solve puzzles. It's got a hidden objects challenge. We're going to have a lot of those throughout the entire game. And these have puzzles, simple puzzles, like, okay, I pour some wine to get a glass of wine. And I put flowers in there to get the bouquet. And I use the knife here to get a piece of cake. And everything else on the hidden objects challenge, you just click. It's listed at the bottom of the screen. You can easily find those things, click them, and get rid of them. Once you're done, you find a bunch of boards. We're going to put them all together to build a ladder so we can save Juliet. So this ladder is going to go in the upper right, and it's going to lead us to an area where we're going to use that wheel, which we got using Juliet's shoe. Wind the rope around there. And this is a puzzle where I believe with this puzzle, the goal is either to click the rings in the proper order, or it's to click each ring a certain number of times. I forget which is the correct solution. One of those two is the explanation for how you solve the puzzle. And yes, Romeo saved Juliet! Hooray!
Romeo Montague, I never should have trusted you. Truly, I am the only one who can protect my daughter. Juliet, we must go.
I'll speak to Father and settle this. Go home, my love. Don't worry about me. I will send you news as soon as I can. Take my locket. Now I'll be close to your heart, even though we're apart.
I don't know why Lord Capulet is blaming Romeo for what happened when it's Mr. Capulet's enemy who attacked. It's not Romeo's fault that your old enemy resurfaced after 20 years.
Juliet, A ghost from our past has returned. You've seen how dangerous he is. I'm sorry, Juliet, but I must lock you inside. Do not use the male doves either. It's for your own safety.
So overprotective father locks her inside and destroys a flute. Like, there's a reason he's destroying the flute, but it just looks kind of silly when you don't know the reason. It's like, I'm destroying this flute! I hate music. And here we have a hidden objects challenge. So we need to find all these things on Juliet's bed. And this leads us to another thing which deals with Romeo and Juliet. If you click on the cat, you get told the cat's name is Tybalt. And that's the name of the character in Romeo and Juliet. So, I mean, Tybalt is not a cat. Tybalt is somebody who gets into a fight with the death with Romeo. They have a duel, a fight to the death. I think Lucretia might also have been involved in the fight to the death. It's been a really long time since I've read the play. I had to read it in high school, and that was the last time I bothered to deal with that story. So yeah, Romeo ended up getting exiled because he committed murder during that duel to the death. And this is Aunt Lucretia. She has magic powers.
My dear niece, I know what happened at your engagement. The man who desires the Capulet family's demise has returned. You won't defeat him with ordinary weapons.
He uses dark magic.
You and Romeo must come to me. I know the way to defeat him.
I mean, I guess it makes sense if we have an evil dark wizard who's attacking us. Might as well get some help from my aunt, who also has magic powers. This drawer, and that's going to give us a puzzle. What you need to do is swipe the numbers around and then press the play button. And this bird is going, butterfly, it's going to move around according to those numbers. It's going to move around like that, and you can't let it get caught in some of those tiles. You don't want to land on a bad tile. This puzzle, so you'll notice there's an easy mode and a hard mode. I switched from hard mode to easy mode. In this particular case, hard mode and easy mode are the same in terms of the first level. Hard mode gives you a second level that you must follow. Easy mode only does the first of the two levels. So in general, I will be playing whichever's faster. Like, if it's not that much harder to do hard mode, then I'll probably do hard mode for most of the puzzles. But you can definitely see where a puzzle where hard mode will take you an extra 3 minutes, well, then I just play it through on easy mode. So we got this room, which I guess is connected to Juliet's room. I'm gonna grab this. Yoink! That's clearly the token. And I'll put clay in here. That's the token for my dresser in my other room. And we're fixing the drill. I'll use the drill on the flute. And this fixes the flute that my mean, mean father destroyed. Yeah, that flute would not play anything. Those holes are not connected to each other at all. That flute would not work, but we'll pretend it does, okay? Alright, so we get those two items back to this room. The one item goes on Juliet. I mean, Juliet's only got 2 rooms here. We're going to solve every single puzzle in both rooms. That's how it works. And we're going to go back and forth between the 2 rooms until we're all done. And actually, I think that's it. We're all done. So we are technically solving like 3 different puzzles here. So that way I can't like solve any particular area too early. And this will tell us the story. So Alberta was beautiful, and the 2 men proposed to her, Mr. Capulet and Gaspar. Well, they had a daughter after getting married, but she died during childbirth. So Capulet decided to protect his daughter, whereas Gaspar, he was furious. Furious, I say. And so that's why he's attacking during Juliet and Romeo's engagement party. He wants to destroy their love and get revenge on the Capulets. So that's a little puzzle. It's not only a puzzle, it actually explains the story of the game. So that's nice. Alright, so we're going to put the symbol here. It's the Capulet crest. That's going to give me writing materials, and now we should have everything. So I write a message to Romeo, talking about being locked up by my dad. It's like, hey, you need to help me escape so we can meet Aunt Lucretia, and she will totally help us. So, that was puzzle number 1. Puzzle number 2 is luring the messenger pigeon with the flute. And then puzzle number 3 is feeding the pigeon. So with all those puzzles put together, we're done with Juliet's area. We've completely solved all the puzzles here. We're done. We click on Romeo's portrait, and that switches back to Romeo. So Romeo's just hanging out here. I guess this is his house, maybe? It says, hey, come, help me. All right. You see the task is called Get Juliet Down from Her Balcony. That's something which is in the Romeo and Juliet play. Juliet stands at a balcony at one point in the play. That's really all they took from the plays. Okay, well, there's a Juliet, and she stands at a balcony, and Romeo comes to talk to her. It's a pretty famous scene from the play. So this is also explaining the story of the game. I solved the puzzle very, very quickly, so I didn't get a whole lot of time to read the stuff at the bottom of the screen. One note is that the evil monster that appeared on that puzzle is the same monster from Dark Romance: Curse of Bluebeard. That's Ethan! That's Ethan! Hey, hey! So he has a small little cameo appearance in this game. That's fun. And once again, we have a puzzle with a crest, because we had to do Juliet's family crest, and now we're doing Romeo's family crest. Which feels like it would be appropriate, except we never see any members of Romeo's family at all in this game. Well, maybe we do see one. We'll see. We're going to meet a guy in just a moment who's standing outside, but he appears to be like a servant, not a family.
I'll destroy your love. Then the Montagues will declare war and destroy the Capulets for good.
Ah, so that's Gaspar's
My liege,
plan.
are you all right? I think he... Oh, it hurts.
He's purposely ruining the wedding to start a war between the Montagues and the Capulets, because they were feuding for like centuries. He's restarting the feud. In fact, hoping to end the feud. And that's a puzzle where you just need to click on the buttons in the correct order. That is, I don't know if that's the fastest order, but that works. And this is another place where we need to solve multiple puzzles, just like in Juliet's room. Actually, we've got a horse, right? So Juliet had a couple of things to help her bird. Well, we've got a couple of things to help our horse. We need to get water for the horse. I think we need to get food for the horse and directions. And we also need to help our friend, our poor hurt friend, too. Does this guy have a name? Maybe we can pretend he's Benvolio.
Thank you, my lord. Who on earth was that devil? What was he babbling on about? He mentioned the Capulets. He must be targeting Juliet as well. You must go to her. Here, take this cane. I'm certain it will help you.
This character definitely feels more like an unnamed servant than Benvolio, though. Benvolio being one of Romeo's two friends. Yeah, one of Romeo's two friends. Oh, it does. I think it said there in the achievement in the upper left-hand corner. Balthasar, then, missed an opportunity to call him Benvolio. Because then you could pretend even more that this game is based on the play. Or, you know, there's really no need to bother. People have read the play by now, have figured out this is not the story. Would have been cool to see Romeo's house in the play, though. Although, I guess we never do, yeah. So, we are going to use the apple picker here and pick a bunch of apples for the horse, because that's one of the things we need to do. We already got the bucket of water for the horse, so that's helpful. And I think that's it. So yeah, we need the 3 things. We need apples for the horse, we need the bucket of water, we need to help our friend, which is not one of the horse's chores, but one of the chores nonetheless, and we got the bridle. So we put the bridle on the horse. So the horse has the bridle now to ride to my bride. Do Romeo and Juliet live so far apart? Because you'd think that Romeo would know where Juliet lives, right? They're engaged to be married.
Romeo, I'm so relieved you're unharmed, my love. I want to go with you, but I need a way to climb down, and we'll need a horse. We must hurry. Father could return at any moment.
No, seriously, did you not see me ride up on a horse? I guess she did not. Do you not see the horse that is standing right there? I guess she does not. I shouldn't be mean to Juliet. But Juliet's on her balcony. Guess what, everybody? We had the famous balcony scene with Juliet's at the balcony and Romeo's below. And the puzzle, we have a big adventure game puzzle to get Juliet down from the balcony using a grappling hook, it looks like. So that's kind of cool. I like that. That's a good example of like taking something from the original play and making it into an adventure game challenge, which works just fine. And this is a hidden objects challenge. Still, it feels like I could take Romeo and Juliet and make an adventure game out of it with so many different changes. I mean, I could make an adventure game which is really just based off the play, and it'd be super different from this game. And for whatever reason, Romeo has an empty inventory. He just used up every single item he has. Don't know why, but he did. So now he just has empty pockets while Juliet escapes. Uh-oh. Bad news.
Juliet, keep going. I'll catch up.
Gaspar, I'm sorry, I forgot about that. Romeo just goes, oh, my back! No, Gaspar can fly, apparently, in addition to shooting fire out of his hands. Gaspar's got really powerful dark magic. Yeah. Well, luckily Juliet had 3 items in her pocket, so she could solve puzzles. So what also I would do if I was told to make a Romeo and Juliet game is I would just make a list of all the various locations that you visit in the play. Because there are different scenes. So, and I would try to include all of them in this version. But all we really saw was the Capulet house. We had those 2 screens in Juliet's room, and the Capulet house is in the play, so good for that, but I would include more locations from the play rather than just the one. Yeah, like have Romeo's house. It seems like that would be an easy no-brainer. Let's see, Romeo leaves town at one point and goes to places there. Like, you could have worked that into this game. Instead, what the game does is it says, well, Romeo and Juliet takes place in Italy, which it does. So what's another Italian place we can include in this game? And we'll see this later on. I think it's Venice, right? They picked Venice. I guess Romeo and Juliet takes place in Florence. Now, this is a long, tedious puzzle. I would definitely use the skip button while playing this puzzle normally, but I am doing a walkthrough, so I did solve it legitimately, where you can only move a piece 1 to 2 squares away. That's it. That's the rule. And you need to swap the colors, so all the yellow hearts are on the right-hand side, and all the red hearts are on the left-hand side. I can see why Aunt Lucretia uses this to guard her door, because nobody's going to want to visit her if it means solving this puzzle. Everybody's going to be like, I don't actually need to see her that badly. I'm going to go home now. I'm just joking, but it's true. If I had to solve this puzzle every single time to visit my aunt's house, I would not be visiting my aunt very often. It takes like 2 or 3 minutes. Granted, it's not too difficult, but it's just tedious. It's a very tedious puzzle. And it's even more tedious on hard mode, where you have fewer empty spaces, because you briefly got to see what the hard mode board looks like. Same as this, fewer empty spaces. Gotta keep going, can't stop now. Ooh, boy. Please, please let me be done, done. Of course, I'm not even close to being done, as you can see, so that's sad. Especially towards the end here, where you have to clear out the corners. That's probably the best way. I imagine another, like, typical solution to this puzzle is, say, clear out, just work from the top to the bottom. Seems like something people would recommend with a puzzle like this. Finally. You thought I was done? Nope, you still have to do a little bit more shuffling at the end. Now we're finally done. And we can meet Aunt Lucretia.
Hello, my dear niece. As you know, your Aunt Lucretia is famous for her magic and clairvoyance. Well, Juliet, I had a vision recently. You and Romeo are in grave danger. Take this. It's no ordinary map. It will show you your beloved when a drop of your blood falls upon it.
So we get a magic map which will show where Gaspar has taken Romeo, which is helpful because apparently Gaspar can teleport. He can just appear and disappear wherever he wants. And we get to solve puzzles here. So we get to solve 2 puzzles in, I mean, more than 2 puzzles, but we've got 2 screens in Aunt Lucretia's house. We've got the inside of her house and the outside of the house, and we just go back and forth between the 2 until all the puzzles are solved, at which point we will be transported to where Romeo is, and we'll save him. And this seems like an interesting counterpart to what we just saw, where Romeo had to save Juliet when she was captured, and now Juliet immediately saves Romeo because he's been captured. I still find that disgusting. She has to do her drops of blood. Gross. And this puzzle, oh my gosh, it is so difficult. You just have to take a lot of steps in order to solve the puzzle. Doesn't matter if you're on easy mode or hard mode. And that's why I did it on hard mode, is because it's like, it's sort of equally difficult on both modes. I shouldn't say sort of, it is assuredly just as difficult on both gameplay modes. It's a lot of steps. This is... It feels weird to say this is a fast solution when it takes so long, but this is definitely a solution. slowly go around. You can see that those flowers are blocking my way, and that's what I'm trying to avoid. I'm trying to avoid hitting those flowers. It is, of course, quite difficult because they keep rotating. Every time I move, they rotate. Some of them rotate in a clockwise fashion. Are they all? Nope. Some move clockwise. Some move counterclockwise. So that's something you have to worry about. And the puzzle's finally done. So, again, Aunt Lucretia, your house has the most tedious, long puzzles.
A great threat looms over you and Romeo. Alberta married your father, but as you know, she died in childbirth. A man named Gaspar also loved your mother. After she died, Gaspar disappeared, but now he has returned, and he blames you and your family for his beloved's death.
Which is totally unfair
Gaspar
because I was
is
a baby.
powerful and dangerous. He will bring death to everyone you love. He has imprisoned Romeo in his dungeon. There is a magical tapestry in my room. You can travel long distances with it. However, I use it often, and it needs some repair. You must repair it yourself, or the magic won't work. You may have this as well.
I don't want to be mean. I don't want to sound like a jerk. But what if Aunt Lucretia is lying there and she's just making stuff up? This is all just an excuse to have somebody else fix her magic tapestry. Because it seems to me like it would be totally possible for her to fix her tapestry, fix her own tapestry, and then I can use it. So, solving puzzles here. Also kind of weird that she says she has it in her room when it's not in her room. It's actually right there above the fireplace, right next to her. It's 3 feet away. So why did you describe it as in your room? I do like the puzzles here. They do kind of fit the theme of our aunt being a magician with magic powers. It's nice of Aunt Lucretia to help us get set on our journey. Kind of wish she followed us on the journey though, right? It would be very nice if she helped us. But instead, this is basically it. This is all she's really doing. So I got a needle and thread, and I'll use it on her magical tapestry. And this will allow me to teleport to where Romeo is.
Juliet, remember, you must have both feet on the tapestry. Otherwise, it will malfunction. And Lord knows what would happen.
Alright,
The
I'll
tapestry
try.
can carry both you and Romeo, but you must be careful. Good luck, my child.
Try not to fall off of the tapestry. Okay, both feet on it. And I get warped to the dungeon. So there's an evil bear protecting Romeo. Oh no! Kind of reminds me of Dark Romance Winter Lily, where there is also a bear protecting an area. However, we have a different solution in this case. We need to make a blow dart to stop the bear. That will knock the bear unconscious. So I need to find all these items over here. One of the items is that blow dart. It's got tranquilizer. I just happen to have a blowpipe right here. Use it on the bear. Bear just straight up takes a nap. might have noticed in the lower left during that cutscene, there was stuff there which isn't actually here.
Let's hurry, my love. Show me what your aunt's magic tapestry can do.
So we have a puzzle. I wonder why we didn't have a puzzle to use the tapestry last time. That seems a bit odd. We could have had like 2 versions of this puzzle. I think that would have been cool, right? So like one version is just like an easier version, and then we have the harder version. Yeah, that'd be cool. Because we see the puzzle twice, and then, you know, it gets a little harder each time. That totally would have been fine with me if that's how the game had set it up. But that's not the case. So with this puzzle, you want to slide the pieces into place, and you have to sort of slide them in the correct order. And we're going there. The magic is working.
You shall never escape my vengeance!
Juliet, watch out!
That's where the magic gets weird. I believe somebody stepped off of the tapestry.
What's happening? Juliet!
So they both get warped to completely different locations, and they need to find each other. And as I said, I believe they're both near Venice. Or maybe we're near Rome. Who knows where they are? Juliet finds herself in a completely new area. It's a traveling circus camp, I believe. We've got some puzzles here. We puzzles in order to open the door to our left and meet a character, because the pathway to the right is blocked by an angry dog. So that's how you know, well, we have to go left, because we don't have anything to go to the right. Not at this moment, anyway. So we find the sun medallion and go in here.
You just appeared out of the blue. I sense that someone separated you from your beloved. Would you like to know where he is? Well,
Yes.
you have come to the right place. I am Zemphira. You won't find a stronger clairvoyant anywhere else. Unfortunately, our camp recently moved, and I misplaced my crystal ball. Find it for me, and I will reveal Romeo's fate.
So how does she know Romeo's name, but she doesn't know where she knows Romeo's name and that he's missing, but she doesn't specifically know where he is. This puzzle is really simple. I mean, I make it look super simple. It's just press the claws in the correct order. But it's a lot tougher when you're just having to guess on your own. So obviously we're gonna solve a bunch of puzzles here. None of this has anything to do with Romeo and Juliet, the play, I should add. They never go to a traveling camp. What's happening to Juliet is different things are happening to Romeo. We'll learn what's happening to Romeo in a moment, but for now I use my trump shard over here. Gonna give me a hidden objects challenge. Fixing a lot of items is what we have to do here on this one. Fix that witch's hat. Get those cards. Oh, do I not get those cards? Okay. Yeah, there's the cards. Okay, I thought I clicked on the cards. I don't know. Whatever. Whatever. We solved the hidden objects challenge. We found some meat. We give it to the dog so we can keep going forward. And the hint. Thankfully, the hint tells me I missed that. We need to find a way to pull out that cask. And let's go forward here. This room is going to be closed off. Okay. Lots of puzzles we can solve outside the room, though. 1, 2, 3, 4. Puzzle's actually way simpler than it looks. Just click the 4 buttons in a specific order. this boat. That's going to be one of the major puzzles. But we're not going to solve it quite yet. This is going to be the first area of the game where Juliet... We have it twice. So Juliet's going to be exploring this area twice. Whereas previously, every single area, we left it and we never came back. Every area was like a one-time only area. This is going to be a twice area. So we're going to solve, let's say, 60 to 70% of the puzzles here on the first time through. Then we're going to switch to Romeo. When we go back to Juliet, she's going to solve the remaining 30 to 40% of the puzzles here. And then she'll move on to the next area, which is in Venice, unless I'm totally mistaken. This is kind of an interesting hidden objects challenge because it's like 3 different screens. I'm finding all the items you can find here on this screen. Then I click down, and this shows us a different screen. This shows us Gaspar working evil plots in his house. And then next, this is the screen that our characters are going to focus on. It's a hunchback who's being mean to Romeo, who's locked in a cage.
You can't hide from me. Now I know exactly where you are.
I know that abominable snake. His name is Lucas. He used to travel with us, but one night he stole something very valuable from our king and ran away. I also know that old hut. I can't believe Lucas could dare to show his face there again. Go to the king and give him the card. Juliet, we must act quickly. Everyone who wields magic like that is dangerous. We cannot resist Gaspar for long.
So she knows that particular hunchback, Lucas. He has caused problems for the Gypsy camp before. We need to go find the Gypsy King. That card will allow us to meet the Gypsy King, the one that we just got. We need to visit the Gypsy King Stefan, and he will totally help us defeat Lucas, because he'll... I forget what he does to help us. He helps us deliver a message to Romeo, at least. So that's helpful. Just finding some items there. And going to the King's tent. Gonna melt this. That's gonna give us a figurine for a chess puzzle. A not so easy chess puzzle. Now we have to go all the way back and solve said chess puzzle. So this puzzle is randomized. It's random. The pieces move randomly. And it's kind of difficult to control these various pieces because the other pieces are in their way. Look, see, all these pieces are very close together. So it's very easy to accidentally click on the wrong piece by accident. What I'm trying to do here is lure Gaspar into a corner. Fortunately, he is cooperating. He's letting me just close him in. Now he can move sideways past the blockade, so you've got to be careful about that. It's like he could move sideways and escape there. That would be very, very bad. There's me trying to select the correct piece, but it's not actually working for me, which is a pain. And there he moves sideways, but he moves back into the corner, fortunately, so I can easily trap him. That's a randomized puzzle, as I said. The pieces move randomly, so there's no way to actually win the puzzle 100% every single time, because the pieces will move differently.
It's not often I'm host to such a charming maid. Come closer, my dear. Never fear. Tell the great Gypsy King Stefan what troubles you.
Lucas, that
that slippery worm! He stole my late queen's golden locket. It was all I had left of her. I shall help you, Juliet. But in return, please, return her locket. Excellent. My parrot Peaky will deliver a message for you. He knows the way. Here, send this to Romeo. May it serve him well.
So it's a special locket that we need to find. Alright, Romeo's gonna find it. Romeo's going to find the special locket. But first we need to get this message to Romeo, hide it inside that knife. I got a couple of puzzles here to solve in King Stefan's tent. As I said, we're going to come back here later, so we're not going to solve all the puzzles quite yet. And this is going to give us a somewhat interesting puzzle. It's a connect the dots puzzle. We need to spell out the word Juliet. Click on the dots in the correct order to spell out her name. Oh, it's kind of a shaky letter L there. Ah, covered it up. Alright, good. Good job, Juliet. There we go. And now we should be able to just throw that in the knife, and then Beaky will take that to Romeo. Good Beaky. Good parrot. So we switch over to Romeo.
Master Gaspar promised me a pretty lady, not you. Master Gaspar will be displeased, but I must tell him.
Yeah, so poor Romeo getting captured. But he gets to escape. Wow, I had no time to read that letter at all. So he used the rock to escape. And you might notice there's another prisoner here. It's hard to not notice there's another prisoner here. So we need to talk to the other prisoner and help her and solve a bunch of puzzles. Lucas is only working for Gaspar because Gaspar has promised to cure his hunchback. He's probably going to use the same hunchback spell.
Hey! Let me out! Gaspar could return at any moment.
Same hunchback spell as in Dark Romance, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. I also played that game. You can find that on my YouTube channel if you want. My original walkthrough for this game was done in 2017, so I did 16 videos. It was a 16 video walkthrough, each video about 10 minutes long. Obviously, it's a lot more efficient when I do a video like this, where it's the entire game in one video, but, oh man, whew. It's a lot longer to do a 2-hour video than a 10-minute video, let me tell you. We're gonna open up this for Hidden Objects Challenge, which seems just so entirely unnecessary. Why did I dump everything on the floor and give myself a Hidden Objects Challenge? It feels like it could have just gone through this normally, like a normal person would, and taken stuff out of it without making it into a puzzle. So I have to find all the items at the bottom of the screen, like 3 jester items. Looks like we just found 100 objects so far in this game. Only took us about 45 minutes. I don't know if that's very fast or very slow. And we're making another flute? Why? No, seriously, why? Anyway, we found a torn sheet, and it's going to go over here for another puzzle. So we get to swap pieces and rotate the board. We want to get all the pieces to match the top, the legend on the top left. Still kind of a difficult puzzle, even on easy mode. It's easy enough to figure out what you have to do, but it's still tough to actually do it. Alright, so I've escaped. And no, wait, the door is already locked. Okay, the gate is locked. I don't know where Lucas went. He went to tell Gaspar, apparently. Yeah, so we're going to find Lucas on the other side of here. I think we're going to see him talking to Gaspar. I could be wrong. But first, we have to solve a bunch of puzzles inside this yard. That's a matching challenge. Simple enough. Let's see. I'm gonna melt this. Fix this. I don't think I have a rope, though. I'm gonna need a rope before I can fully fix it. And there's another tile. We go back inside, and we have the tiles for this lock. This is a very difficult puzzle. Yeah, even on easy mode, where you can kind of swap the pieces around to see what's on the other side, it's still fairly difficult. You have to make all these swaps. This is the correct solution. Oh yes, that's right, and then you have to rotate pieces. Isn't that fun? So after swapping the pieces and getting every piece in the right spot, you still need to rotate some of them. And this is the easy mode solution. When a piece is in the right spot and rotated correctly, you'll see that it changes color. It becomes brighter. So that's helpful. That's actually a big help. You can solve the puzzle without using those little eyeball things, which are there on easy mode, and that is something I did not do. I didn't use the eyeballs.
So, how did you end up here? Gaspar separated you from your love? That monster! Well, you helped me, Romeo. I'll help you find Juliet. I'm Leonardo. I was testing my latest invention when Gaspar's hunchback attacked me. The next thing I knew, I woke up in this cell. I don't have much, but here. Now, let's get you to your Juliet.
So this is Leonardo da Vinci. She works under the name Leonardo da Vinci because she doesn't think people trust female scientists, so she pretends to be a male scientist.
I told you to grab Juliet. No matter. At least now Romeo can't interfere. I'll finish him off later. Now, Lucas, I need you to go to the stone forest and bring me something important. I don't want any more mistakes. Listen closely. And then I want you to...
Yes, Master. I'll find it for you.
So Gaspar goes to town to prepare for something, while Lucas is sent to the stone forest to get something. We're not entirely sure what yet. Lucas accidentally causes a cave-in, which attacks poor Leonara. We've got to save her. Again, I feel compelled to say none of this is in the play. Leonardo da Vinci is not in the play either as a male or female character. He has nothing to do with it. But he did live in Italy, and Romeo and Juliet does take place in Italy, so I feel like that was the reasoning they had for bringing Leonardo da Vinci into the story. Alrighty, so we fixed the well. We're basically going to solve all the puzzles here. Most to all of them, right? Because next thing Romeo does in his next segment is he's going to be going to the Dark Forest, chasing after Lucas and getting whatever special item Lucas needs. Because, hey, that will foil Gaspar's plans. I don't even know what the plans are, but I know foiling them would be a great idea. So let's finish up with this house first. We are also trying to find items to help save Leo, because, you know, Romeo's a nice guy. He's gonna help Leo. And it's a hidden objects challenge. Ooh, this is a matching pairs challenge. Not a fan of these hidden objects challenges, which usually require you to guess where the items are. And then it requires you to sort of guess which items... Yeah, because you need to find 2 matching items. So it's like, hey, where do you think the next pair is? Okay, well, I found one of them. Where's the other one? I just used a hint. So gloves and gloves. And then where's that last item we're looking for? Where's the last matching item? Crosscut saw. So that's easy enough. It goes right here. That gives me a writing slab so I can write things down. Ah yes, I am trying to send a message back to Juliet using the parrot, but you've got to save Leo. Use the smelling salts because Leo's unconscious.
I can't believe this. I worked for months on my flying machine, and he stole it. Wait, I know a way we can get you to the Stone Forest. My friend, you are looking at the greatest inventor in all of Venice. You saved my life, and I owe you. I want you to have this. It's my prototype. Hold on. Sorry, Romeo. Looks like I forgot the stabilizer. It's back at my workshop in Venice. But you can't fly without it. I know it's a long shot, but if I gave you my address, you think you could...
I can't hear what you're saying. The music's too loud. Anyway, Romeo is fairly close to Venice. So he's like, hey, Juliet, can you go to Venice, grab Leonora's flying machine part, so I can fly to Venice? Please. And we also found the locket for the Gypsy King. So that's good, too. We solved multiple missions at once. Got a message to Juliet and helped her out with the Gypsy King. Juliet will return the favor by helping me out with Leonardo da Vinci.
Thank you, dear Juliet. You have no idea what this locket means to me. I bear good news as well. Here.
Dearest Juliet, I'm on Gaspar's trail, but I need your help. I have a flying machine, but it needs a stabilizer from this workshop. I've attached the address. Good luck. My love for you grows ever stronger. Love, Romeo.
If you would, please honor my wife's memory, Juliet. Thank you.
And then he just gives us a candle. Seems like an odd thing to give us, but hey, we've got a mission now. So I need to find the stabilizer in Venice. So we're gonna light the candle on fire. Lighting the fire here. You might have forgotten the fire was here, because it's been a while since we played as Juliet in this area. Gypsy King's totally gone. Put the candles there. Grab those 2 items. One of them is used on the rusty saw that we were just carrying around. Rusty saw. Well, it's not rusty anymore. Saw goes over here, giving us boards, as well as these 2 items. Clay and whatever the other one is. Gold coins. Alright, for the piggy bank. Giving me a statue. Statue goes here. That gives us wine and another gold bracelet. We needed 2 gold bracelets for here. Go back. I'm going to use the clay on this. I totally don't blame anybody who forgot this was a puzzle. Because it's been a while since we were last, like, exploring this screen. Okay, so that gives us the token to open up this. And that gives us 2 items. And I think we're almost done with the gypsy area. Put the boards here. Just use the items we got to fix the hole in the boat. Now we get to go sailing peacefully until Gaspar interrupts.
You won't get away from me.
This puzzle is... It's okay. You need to go through the maze and not hit things. If you hit something, you get sent to the back, as you just saw. But at least the game keeps track of the items you've hit, so you know where they are, so you can avoid them next time around. And we just got through the maze. And now we're here in Venice! Hooray! We're here in Venice. We need to find Leonardo da Vinci's workshop. Find the stabilizer. We're never going to be going back to the gypsy camp. Lantern goes over here, finding some items. And I thought we had hidden objects challenge there, but maybe not. This first screen, we're just grabbing a bunch of items, because you might have noticed our inventory was pretty low. So now we've grabbed a bunch of items to go inside the workshop, and, well, find a bunch of items here. Solve some puzzles. We're not fully done with this workshop, really. It's going to be a while before we do that. There's a stabilizer, but we lack the items to make it work. We basically need to charge it. Use lockpicks here to open up that. There's a metal wing, so now we have both metal wings, and that opens up here. And this brings us to another element from Romeo and Juliet.
Madam, I'm afraid Lord Gaspar's celebration tonight is by invitation only. May I see yours?
There is a masquerade ball. That's another element from the Romeo and Juliet play. There is a masquerade ball in Romeo and Juliet. That's where the 2 of them first meet each other. And they're both in disguise. They don't recognize each other because it's a masquerade. So that is also from Romeo and Juliet the play. One of the few things in this game that has anything to do with the actual Romeo and Juliet story. So on this screen, we're solving a bunch of puzzles and getting items. A lot of these puzzles will be, they will remain halfway completed until we return here in the next Juliet segment. Excellent, so we're going to solve the hidden objects challenge here. Yeah, I knew there was a hidden objects challenge here. So we just need to find all these items. almost done. Cool, it's the cogwheel. Lets us use this awesome looking device for pumping water. And that's what we do in order to get some water, to get a pitcher of water. It feels like I could have just leaned over and filled the canals with water. Really, I mean, those canals have plenty of water. I could just walk down that area with the stairs and fill that up. I didn't need to use that complicated machine, but it is pretty cool. Here on the easy mode version of the puzzle, you can see there are fewer colors and fewer areas that need to be colored in. Why does Leonardo need a painting of herself? Attending the masquerade ball? I don't know, but somehow that unlocks her secret area. It's odd. Alright, so we pull that down, and that gives us 2 items. We're gonna put the stabilizer here. We're gonna put the fuel here, and that's charging it. Let's fix the scoop while we're at it. Back over here, we're gonna use the scoop to dig in the dirt. I wonder if that was an invention from Da Vinci. Or if it's just, no, it's just a scoop. They decided scoops are cool. Let's make one. We have the metal tiles, so we can solve this puzzle. What we need to do is click on specific tiles to flip the tiles that are next to them to complete this painting. Wonder if that's a Da Vinci painting. Guess it could have been. Using the flint to charge it. And let's see, we're gonna grab this kite. We're gonna smash those bricks, but I don't think we're doing it now. This is kind of odd with the kite. I'm gonna put the seeds into place. I'm gonna water the seeds. I'll explain the weirdness of the kite in a moment. Those are flowers we need for our masquerade thing, but more importantly, we need the rope right now. It's my masquerade disguise. Now Gaspar totally won't recognize me. The kite goes there, with the stabilizer attached. Now we'll go back to Romeo. So here's my question, is like, Romeo is that close to me, like within a kite's length away? Are they really that close to each other? That's my question, how close are they to each other? Because if they're that close, Romeo probably could have gone to Venice himself in the time it took Juliet to get his message and then go all the way to Venice herself down the river. Instead, he just sat and waited for her to take care of everything for him. This is a pretty difficult puzzle. But the solution is easy enough once you grasp it. You've only got 2 rings that you can interact with. So you rotate ring 1, then ring 2, then back to ring 1 again. But figuring out the order and how many times you rotate each ring is the tricky part. So I grabbed some acid from a plant that's just dropping acid. And again, we're here in the Stone Mountains trying to interfere with whatever the evil plan is that Igor is not Igor, but the hunchback Lucas is working on. And there's a dragon, which I just feel is kind of odd, like dragons exist here? Okay, sure, why not? There are real dragons in Venice.
Annoying boy, you won't stop me from helping Master Gaspar. Fire breathe life to you, bring death at my command. Arise!
Lucas just happens to summon a golem. Yikes. here, Lucas, with evil chatter. And then that's it. We've got to find a way to get past the golem and continue our mission of stopping whatever it is that Lucas is doing. We use acid here to dissolve the rust. That way I can get those flags. So grab that part. I'm going to have to take the jewel off of the flag, but I can't do that quite yet. Gotta fix this. I need to fix that hat, definitely. Put the ring insert I just found, and this is going to be a puzzle where we want to swap tokens. All the greens go in the green area, but a token can only be swapped with the token that's right next to it. I think on easy mode, they removed the rule that a token can only be swapped with the token that's right next to it. And the center ring, the ones that are all in the center ring count as being right next to each other for the purposes of this puzzle. Okay, got all the purples in place. Now I just need to get this blue and done. So apparently there's a sorcerer here who is disturbed by Gaspar's dark magic. And we're actually going to meet that sorcerer in a moment. Can't solve that puzzle yet. Put that there. Gives us a knife. Now that we have the 3 boards, we're going to run. Still not sure why we had a big dramatic running animation for that particular area. I mean, that's a cool animation, but was it really super necessary? Maybe it was? So this is Idris's house. Yes, that sorcerer. He has a hidden objects challenge for us. Also got a spell here. I don't think... Do we learn what the spell does before we make it? Or are we just making a spell we found in the wizard's house and hoping that it's okay? Yeah, this won't backfire on me, will it? Yeah. Of course, we've got puzzles in the hidden objects challenge, as we always do. Gives us a Gaspar figurine, which we're immediately going to put into place here. And yeah, Idris knows what I'm doing, so I'm not going to kill him. I'm just going to make him suffer by turning him into a cat forever. Use the dragon to set this on fire. And let's start the recipe. I don't have all the ingredients, though. You could put some of the ingredients into place, as you saw there. You can't solve that puzzle yet. Alright, that's one of the ingredients, I believe. Well, if it's not one of the ingredients, then why am I able to collect it? It's gotta be one of those ingredients. This is a puzzle where you put the pieces into place in a specific order. Because it's on hard mode, you have to move those 2 pieces out of the way and then back into the way. I believe on easy mode you don't have to do that. This is going to give us a swirly thingy. Did I not pick up the swirly thingy? Alright, I just picked up the mace. Fine, use the mace there. Oh, that gives me the anti-magic glove so I can pick up the swirly thingy. That's right, swirly thingy is being protected. So I'm going to cut this off. And I believe... Well, okay, we're not going to solve that puzzle quite yet, then. Now we have the ingredients, right? And this puzzle is simply follow the instructions. No hard mode or easy mode for this particular puzzle. Getting those to balance out can be kind of difficult. I need to put this in the potions in the correct order. put the spoon into there. Great. I'm just reading the instructions every few steps or so. Everything goes together. Great. And that should help. That should help Idris. Shouldn't it? Or what am I going to use this spell for? It's freezing liquid. Okay, no, I'm going to use it to stop the golem. Alright. Okay, close that little villain. Let's keep going. So I kind of know that, ooh, look, I'm at the top of a volcano when I capture Lucas in a net. Quite easily, in fact.
You don't know what it's like to be a hunchback like me. I must obey Gaspar. If you're smart, you'll forget that girl and run.
There's no way I'm forgetting about Juliet. No way. And now we get to solve puzzles here. Well, really, I'm just grabbing items for now. I'm not actually really solving puzzles. Let's see, I'm melting that. Okay, that is a puzzle. Gonna fix this. And then I'm just gonna leave. So I can use that to grab this gem. It's gonna go with the circle thingy. And the hat. Now that we have this, we're going to use it on Idris. This will give us a puzzle to bring him back to his normal self. You want to click these tiles in the correct order.
Thank you, Romeo. My name is Idris. I was Gaspar's mentor. I found him wandering through the stone forest. His heart broken by his beloved's death. I took him in, hoping his rage would burn out, but I was wrong. His hatred burns bright and deep. He turned me into a cat so I couldn't stop him. Take this hat, Romeo. It is my gift to you. Using it, you can read even the darkest corners of the human mind.
This is the hat in question, not the hat on the other screen. Alright. Well, the hat's still broken, but don't worry, I've got the stuff to fix the hat. I've got the hypno disc, and I've got this blue gem. This will allow me to read the mind of Lucas, because Lucas refused to tell me anything. Well, I'm just going to read his mind then. So he'll have to tell me everything.
Gaspar has one weak spot. He gave his heart to the volcano to master fire magic. He will die if it is destroyed. But the volcano's entrance can only be opened with the amulet Gaspar wears. He is hosting a masquerade at his mansion tonight. I have a spare invitation.
Excellent, excellent. So we need to get Gaspar's amulet and throw it in the volcano to defeat him. And we can do that at the masquerade. Specifically, Juliet can do that at the masquerade because Romeo's a bit too far away to actually go there. This still doesn't answer the question of what Lucas was doing here at the Stone Forest. What secret mission was he sent on? What was he trying to accomplish here? Gaspar specifically
Juliet,
sent him here.
Gaspar does
I'm
have
still
a
not
weakness,
sure why.
but I need the amulet he always wears to reach it. I need you to steal it. Enclosed is an invitation to his masquerade ball tonight. This is your only chance to steal his amulet. I know you can. Love, Romeo.
So we're stealing Gaspar's amulet. That's fine. And that red string apparently is like an amazingly long red string because it looked like it was just wrapped around a tiny little letter envelope, but it covers all of that. Here's my invitation.
The ball hasn't started yet, my dear. You're the first to arrive. You seem familiar. Have we met before? No? Well, the pleasure is all mine. Tonight, I'm celebrating the completion of my revenge against the wretched family who ruined my life. I must go, but I do hope to see you again tonight. Make yourself at home.
So it probably is a good thing that Juliet showed up here very early before anybody else did. That way she could solve all the puzzles here, including this hidden objects challenge and stained glass window. And it feels like this was designed to tell a story, right? This particular hidden objects challenge. It seems to be telling the story of how Gaspar and Idris met. At the very least, it takes place in the areas that Romeo was just going through. This gives us a flower button. This is a puzzle to press the buttons in the correct order. Simple enough when you've only got 5 buttons. And that guitar is going to give us a puzzle as well. There I was having trouble with my mouse, trying to get it to select the right thing. Here what you want to do is select all 5 of them, correct? So you want to get all of them to turn into Gaspars. So you want all of them to turn into eagles. You want all of them to turn into volcanoes. That's exactly what I'm doing here. And you'll notice I'm following the same pattern every time. It's like number 2, then number 4, then number 3 and number 5. So, no, it's 2, 4, 1, 3, and 5. So I do this for every single symbol. You'll notice I'm keeping track of it at the bottom of the screen. The game is just automatically keeping track of it. It's not like I'm writing notes onto the actual video. So this tells us the order in which we push the buttons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gives us access to this room of Gaspars, where we need to get rid of the bird. That's our main task. And we're going to give the bird some drugged meat, I believe. Gaspar just leaving a note saying, I'm never actually going to help Lucas, ha ha ha. I'll keep him as my slave servant forever. Now I'm starting to wonder why Gaspar bothered to capture Leonardo da Vinci. Why did he do that? Is there a reason why? She just happened to be wandering in the wrong area or something? Whatever, we've got the strings here. So here you need to figure out where we put these guitar pieces. I think this is the solution. Green tells us if you've got a piece in the right spot. Yellow says you're just 1 away from the correct spot. I didn't get any yellows, I got them all correct. Red means you're 2 or more away from the correct spot. Figuring goes here. It's interesting that, you know, this is a note that he's talking about. It's like, oh, I wish I was dead without my beloved. And then Juliet's comment is, well, no sane person would feel that way. But that's kind of the story of Romeo and Juliet. They both commit suicide because they both believe they're not... They both believe the other one is dead. So it's weird that Juliet's criticizing that particular idea when it's central to the actual Romeo and Juliet play. Central to the very tragic ending. Because they both die and kill each other. They both kill themselves, but they're like, the deaths occur within like very close together, like within 2 minutes of each other. So if they just waited like 2 minutes, they would have been happily reunited. But no. They both tragically die, and now I've got the poison meat to get rid of that bird. That's going to give me the glue, among other things, right? I still need to find Gaspar's amulet. we were told he always wears it around his neck, so maybe we should try to find him, maybe? Glue is gonna go right over here, fix that. And we are almost done with this area in Venice, because we're gonna leave. We're gonna leave here soon. The big finale of the game is coming up, where our heroes go to the volcano, and then we go back and forth between Romeo and Juliet until Gaspar is defeated. Then, let's see. This is a puzzle where we want to put the items where they go. So the 2 pictures go together, the 2 gloves go together, the 5 candles go together, the apple goes on the fruit platter, sort of like that, sort of like that. Unlike the other hidden objects challenges we've seen in this game, the items don't disappear once you're done with them, so that makes it a little bit tougher, because you have to remember, okay, what haven't I interacted with yet? So the book goes there. And this goes there. The peacock feathers. It gives me the octopus thing, and it gives me 3 items, including these runes. So with these runes, we want to recreate the symbol that's on the board. This is fairly tough. Alright, that one wasn't so bad. Hey, and it was the last one. Okay. And for some reason this lets us give the medallion to Romeo. I guess it's a magic mirror.
Romeo, I got it! Here!
Did you think I wouldn't recognize you? You fool. So, that was your plan. But it seems I have Juliet. I propose a trade. Meet me at the volcano.
You villain! So, Romeo has Gaspar's amulet. And Romeo was right next door to the volcano, really. So let's go inside using the amulet. This puzzle is you want to rotate these things in a specific way. That's the solution I found, which is fast, and it works fine. Gaspar's locked
right
Juliet
into
in the
my
cage.
Is she really worth dying for? Let's find out. You only have enough time to save yourself. Or her. Decide.
It's not good. We're inside the volcano. It's an evil trap. We're gonna be destroyed unless we do something soon. So grab the fire sphere. Basically, I find it weird that Gaspar is threatening to destroy me, and he basically gives me enough time to just explore, grab some items, solve some puzzles. Like, hey, that helmet goes on top of that thing. Puzzle. This is a puzzle you want to turn all the things to green by clicking on specific buttons. Here's your solution. Well, you can click on specific buttons in a specific order. So we're going to put the spheres over here for a puzzle. This is kind of a tricky puzzle. What you need to do is rotate these various pieces. Rotate the various buttons. So that way when lava flows, the lava will flow towards the center. And you'll see what happens when I press the play button. You'll see what I mean about this lava flowing. So there you go. It's going to follow the arrows, the pathway that the arrows led. And I rotated the correct arrows so they would all fill up. And there we go. Now we can undo this spell on the page. So Romeo chose to save Juliet instead of himself. Very nice of him.
Romeo, look out!
Oh no. Romeo! He's like falling down! So we're gonna solve a puzzle to save Romeo. I find it a little interesting that our clue at the top of the screen said we need to get the amulet to Romeo. Let's see what happens. Okay, save him with a chain, which is helpful.
You will never be together! I will make sure of it! I will watch both of you die in each other's arms! This I vow!
Dude, calm down! Okay, we finished the task of saving Romeo. And then it goes back to Romeo. What are you gonna do, Romeo? Romeo apparently can do something up there. Is the blade? Oh, that's right. That's weird. So instead of using the sword to actually attack Gaspar, we use it to get a book decoration for a book puzzle, which is akin to a hidden objects challenge, because of course that's what we want to do here at the end of the game, right? Learn more about Gaspar's backstory. Done. So that gives us the obelisk picture. This is going to be a puzzle. We want to rotate these. We want to swap these things so they match the symbols on the bottom, although they will be from top to bottom as opposed to left to right, which is the way they're presented on the bottom. So that gives me these items. Shackles key. Let's use the shackle keys. Gives us shackles. Gonna put a bone in here. Shackles. And those gloves. So now the shackles are on Gaspar and he falls down to his death. Dragon tail staff to reach Juliet.
The other part of the staff.
Nice gentle toss there. Okay, task completed. Throw Gaspar in the volcano. Put these things together. And now we throw the staff, or I guess I'm using the staff to tip this over. Final puzzle. Final puzzle. This is the pathway we want to follow. Great, and we have 3 rounds of this. Fairly simple, I suppose. And next, this one, the toughest of them all.
Juliet, my love for you is everlasting. Nothing can tear us apart.
And that's it! That's it! That is the end of Dark Romance Romeo and Juliet. That's not the end of this video. This game has a bonus chapter, so I'll be playing through the bonus chapter. Looks like the bonus chapter is a half hour. So what's going on in this bonus chapter? That's right. Okay, so we have a character named Mercutio. That's the name of a character in Romeo and Juliet, but Mercutio does not have the same, like, personality or anything.
Brother Mercutio, I need your help. I fear Romeo and I are being stalked by a suspicious cloaked figure. Today, I discovered that someone has been in our home while we were away. Please come visit. Maybe I'm just paranoid after Gaspar, but we'll be delighted to see you nevertheless. Love, Juliet.
Mercutio is not Juliet's brother in the play. She does not have a brother. Yeah, she can't have a brother because Tybalt... Yeah, Tybalt is like her cousin and he sort of does... Yeah... I think Tybalt's her closest male relative. So this bonus story has... I don't know if it's directly related to the actual game. I mean, we've got a new villain who's after Romeo and Juliet. That's the story here. So, first we have to solve several puzzles in Juliet's area in order to reach her. First we have this big hidden objects challenge. That gives us the gardening shears so we can open the door and we'll go inside her house and we'll solve lots of puzzles inside there.
Romeo and Juliet, it's time you get what you deserve.
Who are you? What do you want?
I am Francesca. You will pay for murdering Gaspar. Not so fast, Romeo. I'll keep you for later.
No! Romeo!
Don't worry. Soon he'll envy your quick fate. My magic poison is already pulsing through your veins. You're dying, Juliet. Farewell. My locket! No matter. Mercutio! You stay out of this, unless you want to end up like your dearly departing sister.
So apparently Francesca knows?
I can feel the poison spreading. Please find the magic amulet that Father's friend Octavio gave me. It's somewhere in the house. Octavio said that the amulet protects from black magic. Find it. Then we can save Romeo. Maybe you can use Francesca's locket to find them.
So this Francesca, we don't know who Francesca is, but apparently she knows Mercutio, because she recognized him on sight and called him out by name. I find that somewhat interesting. Like, if that happened to me, I'm like, hello, person I've never met before. And that was Beaky the Parrot, right? King Stephen's parrot? What was Beaky's parrot doing? Apparently, Romeo and Juliet have a friend in town named Octavio. Octavio, who just happens to be very good at dark magic and that sort of thing.
I can't stand. I'm sorry, Mercutio. Forgive me. You'll have to save Romeo by yourself. Talk to Octavio Ferro, Father's friend. He's a magician who knew Gaspar. Maybe he'll know who Francesca is and why she's so eager to avenge Gaspar. Octavio gave that communication mirror behind me at our wedding. Use my shawl. It will help you contact him.
Alright, thank you, sister. I will do as you recommended. So now we need to contact Octavio. Wow. Makes you wonder how long ago the wedding was, if the magic mirror, which was a wedding gift, is that covered in dust. Jeez. I guess they didn't really want to talk to this guy. And yet when we use it here, he's gonna automatically... I mean, this is a puzzle to fix the mirror. On hard mode, it's a color mixing puzzle, so you'd know that red and yellow make orange, so you'd have to do something like that in order to solve the puzzle. On hard mode, as you saw there, we've got orange, we've got purple, and green. So we have other colors in hard mode.
Wait, you're Mercutio. What happened to your sister? What? My amulet? Well, it could prevent a normal poisoning, but that sounds like a curse. Do you have something belonging to the attacker?
I do.
Francesca. She's Gaspar's daughter. I can't believe it. He was never a good father. He practically abandoned her for Juliet's mother. It's why Francesca is so bitter. She immersed herself in dark magic, just like her father. I bet Francesca has a doll of Juliet and poisoned her that way. We can't heal Juliet until that doll is destroyed. Take this. It will help as you search for the doll. Once you find it, send it to me through the mirror. Hurry!
So Gaspar had a daughter. Can you believe that? And she hid some sort of doll of Juliet nearby. That's how she was able to curse Juliet. And it's interesting how this part, we spent a lot of time inside Juliet's room and solving puzzles and seeing cutscenes. And now we're finally leaving again, just to grab that Juliet doll, and we're going right back in. Oh yeah, so we can solve this puzzle too.
Outstanding, Mercutio. Now I'll destroy this doll. But first, I must determine what antidote Juliet needs and where Francesca is. Come to my house. I'm on the square. I'll be waiting for you. Take this as well.
I do find it interesting that he recognizes Mercutio. Everybody just recognizes Mercutio. I guess he's a popular fellow. I hope Mercutio was at the wedding. Maybe that's where they know him from? I don't know. I mean, Francesca apparently wasn't invited to the wedding. And this is a puzzle which I like. Although it doesn't need to be explained a little bit more how this puzzle works. That you're trying to build a tower on the right-hand side. So the question mark thing doesn't quite explain it. It just says move the tower. It doesn't say move the tower all the way to the right-hand side. So, silly me, when I first tried to solve this puzzle, I tried to build a tower in the middle. And then got stuck. So I thought maybe you had to build it in the middle and then on the right-hand side, but no, it's just the right-hand side all along. And that's how you solve the puzzle. Very much like a Tower of Hanoi puzzle. Now that we're completely done with Juliet's area, we can go across the river. I've got a couple of screens over here. Three of them. We won't be able to immediately go to Octavio's house, though. We've got puzzles. Oh man, so this is a tough puzzle. So you can swap pieces that are right next to each other, and you can rotate pieces. You want to get all the colors correct, so all the things connected to the green have to be green. So I think maybe the easiest way to do it is the sides. So do like the green one and the silver one underneath it. Or either start on the right-hand side. Maybe that would be easy. Or I mean, who knows? Maybe there's like a really good solution where you start in the middle, and that way you can get both sides in the middle done at the same time. I'm not sure. So simple enough puzzle, but a little tedious in execution, just because you have to do so much swapping. Looks like now I'm getting blue into place. As you can see, it gets easier as we go along. Now I'm gonna have to get red in place, right? And then hope that the red and yellow, that I did it in such a way that red and yellow mixed is not a problem. Alright, let's see. That red's gonna go there. Yeah, okay, never mind. It is, in fact, really easy to swap the last two once you get the other four in place. Okay, good. I was a little worried there. I'm like, well, is that final step going to be a pain or not? So give a bone to the dog. That was why we couldn't go forward earlier, but we're also going to have a fire here.
Why won't you just give up? I've won, and nothing will change that.
I don't know why Francesca is so intent on destroying me. I didn't do anything to hurt her father. Actually, you know, why is she hurting Octavio? Well, I think it's because he's trying to get in the way of her revenge. That's probably why she's going after Mercutio and Octavio so much. Good thing she hasn't decided to go after Juliet, who's just lying down helpless right now. She could probably defeat Juliet right now. It wouldn't be that tough for her. So, good thing she didn't think of that. Challenge, la 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 la. Several puzzles to solve in this hidden objects challenge. I don't know, this doesn't look like something you expect to see inside that little birdhouse. Yeah, I'm not sure where that scene would fit. Anyway, we are fixing this package, whatever we call it. I guess you could call it a pack. Horse pack. I'm gonna fill it with water. I can see there are some very noticeable fireflies, which makes me think we're going to have to collect those fireflies. Gonna grab that, and now put out the fire. And this gives us a puzzle. This puzzle's kind of tough. When you get a piece correct, it changes color, so that helps. But you'll notice when you move some pieces, it moves others. But also, the piece changes color if you're selecting it, if your mouse is above it. So it can be hard to tell. It's like, well, did it change color because my mouse is above it, or because it's in the right spot? So that's why I'm constantly moving my mouse away from a piece after clicking it, just so I don't get those two confused.
Mercutio, I discovered the kind of poison used in the doll. Now we can prepare an antidote. Please find all the ingredients for me. You can put them in here.
The man works quickly. Yes, he does. He's a very helpful, friendly person. Alright, so now we need to solve a bunch of puzzles in his house. He's got a picture of Gaspar there. It makes you wonder why. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. He knew Gaspar, but I know plenty of people whose pictures I don't have hanging up on my wall. Grab that. I found this part of the game to be a little confusing in terms of the puzzles, just because there's so many to do here. But that's okay. I think it's because we also have like a big 3-part puzzle in the bag, too. And if you're trying to avoid that, because that's going to be the last, sort of like the last puzzle we have to solve, so that can result in confusion. Belle's going to go here for a simple puzzle, especially simple on easy mode, where it's just up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Or I should say down, right, up, right, down, right, up, right, down, right, up, right. That gives us the bear figurine. And I, like a silly person, forgot the bear figurine is actually on the bag here. There we go, that gives us a weight. And the tile's going to go here for a puzzle, which is really easy on easy mode. Just press all 4 of the buttons on the right, and you're done. Alright, we're done with that zoom-in area. Let's go back to the canal. We're going to capture those fireflies in the empty jar. See, then we're going to fix this. And we're also going to fix this. Fix it. Break it! Who knows? We could have done that sooner, obviously, but there's really no point in doing so because we didn't have the 2 weights then. So we would have opened it up, and then we would have had to come back later. So I think we're all done with the stuff on this screen. What's this? No, fireflies. That's right, fireflies here. And then brush. Giving us one of those books. And more items. Right. So rusty knife, use the oil to fix it. Definitely a lot of items here too. I couldn't leave. Maybe that's part of why it was kind of a confusing area, was because we had a lot of items. But also we were just coming off of the thing like Juliet's room, where you pretty much solved all the puzzles inside her room without leaving. So I got half the ingredients there. That's good. Lucretia, again, I feel like this is a question that should be answered. Why does he have Aunt Lucretia's picture? Maybe that's why Octavio was invited to the wedding, is because he is good friends with the aunt. Here is a matching pair puzzle, and I like this. I like this just fine. Compared to the matching pair puzzle where you had to find the pairs that were hidden behind other objects, that was kind of a pain. I much prefer this version where you just find the things that are matching and easy to match. Excellent. So now we have the last 2 ingredients. That way he can create the antidote and save Juliet.
Excellent. Now to find Francesca. Aha! She's in an old tower, close to the city. Go now. Save Romeo. I fear she plans to use him for something sinister. Don't worry about Juliet. I'll prepare the antidote and go immediately to her house. We'll also check for other surprises she may have left. He'll never make it on foot. Here's the stable's key. Take a horse.
I do wonder why she hasn't... Yeah... Why she's keeping Romeo alive? What's the idea with that? Because she tried to kill Juliet right away, but she's showing some mercy in Romeo's case. That's
Curse you, Mercutio!
interesting. And now she's angry and she summons this monster. Oh my! What is that creature? Such a monster. Yes, there is. We're gonna make a fire, but first we have to solve all these puzzles here. And this is sort of the... Yeah, this is the final area of the game, so we'll be spending the next 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes of the game here. 2 screens. We've got this screen we're already on, and we're actually getting these boards through these various areas. We're getting the boards so we can go across to... Go across to the left to the cliffs area there. And then we're gonna have 3 screens inside Francesca's castle. How does she get a castle? It seems unfair that the evil villains get to have castles, but our heroes don't. Of course, we don't know where Mercutio lives, so it doesn't really matter. That's interesting, where we unlock this puzzle and then the game immediately kicks us out. And now we have to solve this puzzle here. So I'm just showing what the symbols are there, to indicate, that way you know, hey, what symbols go where. And you want to put the symbols all in the proper spots. solve it. But I find it interesting, like, we unlock the puzzle, the game kicks us out, and you have to zoom back in and immediately to get the puzzle. It's like, well, why didn't the game just throw the puzzle in our face instead of kicking us out and making us go back? Because I'm sure there are people who thought, oh, well, there's not a puzzle there because the game kicked us out. Says there's nothing to see here. Go move along. So because we solved this puzzle, we have a torch, and we can use the torch to scare that wolf. And I didn't look at that area by the cliffside, but we can check it out. We'll check it out later. And let me see. Here's the pipe. We're going to use that to get rid of the seagull. I'm just getting all these items outside before going inside the tower. Gotta use this here. More items. Yeah, lots of puzzles here in the outside area before we even enter the castle. So I need something to get that. I think it's an all, maybe. And now I'll use the torch. You could definitely use the torch earlier to get inside the castle. I don't know what would be easiest. Like, what would be faster? If we immediately went for the castle first, or if we stayed outside, what would result in less, like, going around and solving puzzles? Well, it looks like the castle door is blocked by this puzzle, so maybe you do have to solve all the puzzles right there at that specific point in time before entering the castle, because we needed to get all 3 of the gems. This is a tough puzzle. What you want to do is rotate these gems to light up the gems on the far right. You're just very picky because rotating them is slow and... Ooh, got it, maybe? The red one should be easy because I should just be able to shine the red one there. Yep, red to red. Now we're going to go for green. It just spins around. Come on. There we go. You can just get green to shine there.
My, look how brave you are. What are you waiting for? Come closer. Save him if you can. You fool! You fell for it! Now you'll rot here for eternity.
Yeah. Kind of fell into an obvious trap there, and now I feel foolish. But guess what? We've got lots of puzzles we can solve down here, so joke's on her. I love solving puzzles. Clean those. Can use the file here. That gives me a hidden objects challenge. Interesting, like, she throws me into the dungeon area. She doesn't specifically throw me into the jail cell. She throws me into the area next to the jail cell, and that way I'm easily able to escape. If she had locked me in the jail cell, that might have been a different story. Gotta find all these items, use the axe there to get the chain. Gotta get the egg and beads. By beads they mean necklace. I probably would just call it necklace if I was the one writing down the hidden objects challenge list. Where's the silver jug? It's there. Alright, that gives me a chain. The chain and the hook. It's gonna be a grappling hook so I can escape. And let's see. I need glue to fix that. So I can climb right here. Putty knife will clean off all this candle stuff. Gonna grab this paper about the magical sword and cut that feather. That's a good feather. Yes, I can use it to dust. Smash this. Dust with the feather. very nice rope. I'll use the rope with the empty pot. I'll be able to use that on the cliff side. I've got the two things here. This is a maze. It's just a straightforward maze. If you switch to easy mode, it has a different maze. This one is so straightforward, I didn't really feel the need. To switch to easy mode and do a slightly different version of the maze. So that bag is gonna open up with this, giving me more items. This is Gaspar basically disowning his daughter. He didn't really know he had a daughter, but as soon as he found out, he's like, I don't care, I'm too focused on the Capulets right now. Back to the cliffside. Fox goes over here. This is kind of a tricky puzzle. You need to figure out which holes to move the fox through, and it's mostly just guessing. It's mostly just guessing to figure out the correct path. It's also one of those puzzles where it makes you wonder why this puzzle even exists. Because the puzzle is to get to the upper right area to grab that item. It's not that high up off of the ground. I think our character could have walked. Lucretia could have walked there and grabbed it from the shelf. And we just have a bucket of lava. Dangerous. So we're going to use the bucket of lava here. Gives me a hairpin. Hint is saying we're going back over here. Head there. I'm basically just using the hint to confirm I'm all done with this area. That's sort of what I was using the hint for, just to double check. And now the hint's saying we're going back here. Okay. That's gotta be the all. I forgot to use the all there. So I wasn't wrong when I had a sense that I was missing something, and it was the all. Okay. So now I have the 3 gems, which leads me to the final area, but first I have this puzzle. I guess easy mode is easier, but this is fine. There are multiple solutions to this puzzle. It's just knowing how to navigate around this spot, that's the tricky one. That's the one that gets you stuck.
You're too late! Soon Romeo will be dead, and my father will rise again. He shall finally have his revenge on you all! Now, without further ado...
That's her evil plan. That's why she spared Romeo. She's trying to bring her father back to life. But he didn't even like you! Oh no. I'm guessing she's thinking he'll like her when he learns that she defeated his nemesis, Romeo. And got some revenge on the Capulets. That was a puzzle which I'm not solving yet because I don't have the thing for it. Grab that key. Gonna go back. Just like her father, she creates an evil bubble and then just sits and waits for a while, giving me plenty of time to grab items and solve puzzles and defeat her. So this is an objects challenge. I'm putting all the coins into place. Yay! Getting pretty close to the end game, you can kind of tell. We just unlocked the last screen of the game. Let's see if we can find all these items. Sometimes it's easier with a hidden object challenge like this where you get to see a picture of the items at the bottom of the screen, but sometimes I find it easier if it just says what the item is. I'm not sure why. So we got Gaspar's amulet, that goes there, giving us the magic sword. We did read the thing earlier about infusing the magic sword. Beeswax is going to be used as glue here to put this together, giving us one of those tiles. It looks like we need 2 of them. And the hint button is saying I forgot that. I forgot to open that pouch over there on the left. So that would be important. And that's the coin which goes over here. We use it as a screwdriver. And I grab those 2 items. The one item is for here. Let me grab that, use it on the left, but first this thing. It shows the solution to this puzzle. It's a lot easier on easy mode. Just move these various things around. I'm gonna move blue into the yellow exit spot. Or that would be the red exit spot, although I'm playing on easy mode, so there's no red thing to go there. And then I'm just gonna rotate blue and green around until they are both in the correct spots. Like that. Gives me the next token, and now we just put everything in place. All 3 of these items give us the magic wand. Luckily, we have this altar set up to build the magic wand that defeats her, standing right next to her. Why didn't she hide that altar somewhere else? One final challenge. Alright, we need to rotate the rings so all the pieces are in the correct spots. And it's not that tough. This is the solution. Click the outer ring a certain number of times, then the middle ring a certain number of times, then the inner ring a certain number of times.
You haven't won yet!
Thanks, Mercutio. Now, let's hurry to Juliet.
Juliet's fine, don't worry.
Thank you, Mercutio. You saved us both.
We owe you our lives. You're a dear brother and a friend.
I just hope that this is the last we hear from Gaspar and his family.
You did well. You know, you have a lot of talent, young man. What would you say to being my apprentice? You'll make an excellent magician.
It's interesting how she says, I hope we never hear from them again. Is she suggesting there will be a sequel to this game? I'm not sure. I don't think there is a sequel to the game. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video where I complete the entire game in all one video. This was not live commentary. This was me doing commentary to pre-recorded video footage.